If you get bullseye, you're going home.
Almost. Almost.
No.
Almost.
How many darts you got?
6.
Oh, get back to work.
So, we're back, you're back.
I'm back.
Jack's back.
My back hurts actually. Carry on.
So just before we start this episode, which we're on Celica today, ain't we?
Beauty.
Don't forget, we've got some hats, some t-shirts.
I'm not wearing.
I'm wearing
and
them.
some hoodies.
Buy some t-shirts and
So again, follow us on Instagram and give us your order.
thank you for everyone who's already bought.
Yeah, everybody that's ordered so far, we will not forget you when we make it.
And we've just turned the lights on, so that means, you know, we can keep them on.
Come on then.
Anyway, we've had a delivery today because what we're going to do is get this engine bay cleaned out.
Do not put them on that car. Don't put them on that. Put them back down on the floor. So, we have got a box of treats for the Celica.
We have, yes.
And we are not sponsored by...
You know?
GT4 Play at all.
No.
But if you do want any bits for your lovely Celica, hit
Or actually they do loads of stuff, don't they?
They do,
They
yeah.
love all Toyota stuff and...
I mean, at the end of the day, it's not called GT4
4 Play for
Play.
nothing.
You know,
If anybody wants to go to Richard's, here it is.
it's not anything.
In fact, I said, come to mine and I'll take you there. As you can see, they've given us a couple of hats.
Yeah.
These are really good quality. I'm actually quite jealous of these.
We've been sent some parts anyway, haven't we? Courtesy of GT4 Play. A couple of bags of tank plastics. They've only one, didn't want to share.
Anyway, we have got genuine.
Oh,
This Toyota, you can't get enough of it. Head gasket, multi-layer, upgraded. That's your water pump and the back part. You know, we ain't skipping on this. That's your cami.
your Louis Vuitton. There's another pack of sweets in there.
Oh man, they're good.
These are all right. These
He
are.
owns a sweet shop as well. It's the fuel set. Remember the fuel sender was all rotten as a pair, and gaskets and nuts.
About
More
spark
tank
plugs.
plastics.
Sweet. I think they just
No, mate.
spark plug, and I think that's spark plugs.
Shops are fantastic, guys.
Oil filter. The pipe from hell. Apparently there's a pipe from hell on these engines. Oh no, that's an oil filter. That might be fuel filter.
Because you
That
said
might
you
be
don't
fuel
like the
filter.
tangy ones, I took it off for you.
You pissing off. Head bolt. So, yes, we've got all the bits. I have got a clutch coming. I didn't end up ordering the clutch from these guys. It was a genuine Toyota clutch, what they did. But I managed to find on the old trusty eBay, I think it's an Exceedy clutch. Seems very cheap, probably fake. Ain't gonna lie. So we've got cam belt kit, water pump, head gasket, gasket set, new belts, new fuel sender. We've got to do the lines and obviously brake lines, which we can fab up ourselves, and then all service kit. So this engine then pretty much,
Brand new, isn't it?
it's had everything service wise and more, would you say?
Brand new, mate. Brand new.
And then we've got the lovely merch. We're not sponsored by GT4 Play at all.
No, no, not at all.
On an episode where we're trying to sell our merch, we're selling other people's merch, so... Actually their merch is alright, isn't it?
Well,
Nah, this is better.
I ain't even lie, mate. Them sweets were bang on.
Where are the rest of them?
I thought you didn't like them.
No, I haven't got. We're gonna clean this off, get the engine bay cleaned out of this, start taking that apart, and we'll see if what's gone wrong, and start replacing all the bits.
Getting it back together, giving it a spruce.
Yeah, after we've got our sweets. We'll put that all back in that box.
Time you did, Jim.
Ooh, tango. Apparently it was quite a weak spot on these engines was the clutch and the head gasket, which we've got modified, uprated, standard clutch, and we've got an uprated head gasket. So by doing what we're doing on this engine now, it should more or less be all the little Achilles heels in the Celica GT4 and the ST-185. That is then all sorted, nice reliable car. But then again, it's still an old car, isn't it? And we know what happens with old cars.
They don't exist anymore.
This has not had an engine in for now a few weeks.
Yeah.
He's probably developed more problems. That's what happens. That Lancia that you've seen, every time we get it out, there's a new smoke.
I think what we're trying to get at is, if you have got a car what is a bit of a project, or use it. Just use it.
Use it and Stokesy knows a geezer that can do the clock, so it's always going to keep the miles down.
And if you break it, we'll buy it off you.
Yeah.
Dad, it's a pop again.
Never done that before.
Because it's on fire! We'll have to use the jet wash to put the jet wash out.
So we're about to dive into this, strip this apart, kind of see what's going on with overheating issues and clutch issue. So we'll find out now, see what is happening in there. Before we get into this, Clive did say he had a guy, he broke a, it weren't a bolt, it was a mounting point on the rear diff, on the centre transfer box, which we couldn't really understand why, but we have noticed the bracket, what holds it back to the block, all the bolts are missing, aren't they? So I did notice some other bolts. Oh, there's missing, and then the one underneath there's a lug like that what snapped off. I don't know if they started taking it apart to take the transfer box off. I don't know why, or they've changed it. I don't know. We don't know, do we, Jack?
No.
But we'll get this off. We're going to need some new bolts for them bits. He has supplied us with a transfer box with the lug in good condition, but yeah, if you're watching, Clive, let us know. Did you undo these bolts? Did your mate do them, or yeah? Anyway, we'll get it sorted, but there's still a lot to get all off this engine before we even take the cylinder head off. So first things first, intercooler, look at all the alternator and all that bits, get all them dropped off, turbo, inlet, and then gearbox, just work from there. There'll be just a pile of bits everywhere.
Another pile of bits.
Another pile of bits.
Oh my god. So this engine's either been taken to bits at some point, or randomly it's just broke bolts. Before we've even got into that there, well, there's a broke bolt here what holds this cover on. Broke bolt mounting.
And then there's a broken bolt. That's the exhaust manifold bolt, so...
Oh, when she's down on power.
Yeah, look, I don't know. Someone's been in there and undone that and broke it.
dirty bastard, he just farted right down here. You little prick. You get that on camera, that's bullying that is. You just salt that.
Get your ring. I ain't got any chances. Don't start. Move. Get out of the zone, man. I need place to
Yes,
work.
so.
We clean those,
Fucking it. Fucking warm on my ear now. It's bullying that. You laugh.
Can you get pink here?
It was close enough for me to get pink eye. I've been fighting on your pillar for years, I haven't. You've never got pink eye.
That's why he's got asthma.
You move. What talk saying, Joe? You need a big socket for yours.
Why? Mine's tight.
It's just a deep socket, I think.
Come on. No. Oh, she ain't interested. Unless her mum takes her, she ain't interested. Yeah, it's just what I do.
You doing a job?
Let's not. I'm quite. I used to be alright at this, but now I'm nervous. I'm quite nervous. Go on. Yeah. Oh, no. There you go. Good girl. Yeah. Oh. Let's go. Jesus. See you later. So we've got the inlet off. It was a bit of a nightmare. I may have snapped a fuel line. I did see it, but I thought there was a cover on it which was protecting the plastic pipe, which I thought I just had to pull it off, but it didn't, so I snapped it. My bad. I apologise, Richard. Heavy-handed.
GT4 play if you got one.
GT4 play, send us one.
You ain't got your hat on.
I ain't got my hat on.
Might give you one. Anyway, there's a lot going on with this engine.
Not that we sponsored or anything, but GT4 player, will you send us one?
There's like a valve system on the inlet, and I presume at lower RPM it shuts half the inlet off on the cylinders, and then at higher RPM it opens up to allow more air in, which is quite technical on an old 90s.
I tell you what, right, the ladies and gentlemen, right, don't actually understand how clever but stupid you are. Well, I've known this kid, 15
Oh, so that
years.
was, is that what do you call it? Backhanded?
No, but I've known him for 15 years, and
Thanks
honestly, some of the stuff he's asked, some of the stuff he's done, you'd just question him. But when everything comes to like an engine or anything like that, he's either researched it before he's got into it, or he just knows. And I'm really impressed with him when he gets to like. Who would you say you are when you mess with cars?
Rain Man.
You're not retarded, though, are you?
So this is the valve system I'm on about. See them there? It's done by vacuum, and that shuts that, which blocks half the inlet. Bit boring, but
No,
normally,
they like this. I'm interested. I didn't know this.
They had these on BMW engines, some of the BMW, and they used to fall off.
Was this on the E30 M3?
No, they had it on like the E46 had on their diesel engines.
Okay.
And they used to break off and go into the engine. So the mod
Yes,
used
the
to
swirl
be-
flaps.
so
Yes,
the
I
mod
understand
used
now.
To be to remove the swirl flaps to stop.
Yes, because there was a mod, weren't it? And the only thing it was for the emissions, weren't it, on start-up?
It's something to do with that, and I
Yeah.
think it's how the engine kind of
progress up the RPM range or whatever. They may say you can delete this, take it off, you don't need it, I don't know.
It's
It
not
could be
original.
4 emissions for this.
It's not original though, is it? So we can't
Well, at
do
the end
that.
of the day, if it works.
Nah, you can't do that.
No, I'm saying if it works, why get rid of it? Yeah, that's fucking nailed. That's metal.
It's all welded up.
No, it's out. This looks out. See all them?
Oh yeah, in the centre.
I think that's rubber. That's rubber. Because normally it's like springs.
Yeah.
If we open up the new clutch, that's gone. That must go and clipped in the centre of that. It's just...
So you never did the clutch then, definitely.
No, that's missing. Has that just fell out?
I think that's the original clutch.
ASCO, so I'd say no. The plate, it's still got meat on the... that's the pressure bit, what kind of the fingers pull in on.
All broke.
And unless that, does that take the whip?
Possibly.
That was the noise, weren't it? Remember?
Did you take a piece out? It sounded like something was dropping to me.
No.
No, it does sound like that.
But it only did it once, so unless only one of them was
when
broke.
it turns round and it goes on the compression stroke,
Yeah, that's what it was, that.
it's definitely nailed. Was that just fell out? Was that missing? Or was that just fell out? See, that's got springs and that had like rubbers. I've never ever seen them
Yeah,
like that
that's
with rubbers.
that's second hand. Look, it's got a 3ST0. That's from a breaker shop. That is.
No, it might just be the original clutch.
Why are you looking at me stupid? Like breakers don't write stuff like that on.
Clutch people write stuff like
No,
that
they don't.
For what exceeded? Is that from a breaker?
But that's not written tick bloody.
It's just how it's written on.
Nah, that's done in what's the name, that is.
Anyway,
Told ya, it's not fat, it's in there, look. Can you see it there, look?
there's all bits all right. Oh,
Look, there you go, look.
That's what was dropping.
Told ya.
I told you, it sounded like a coin dropping or something.
That's what all of it's in
Look,
there.
look.
It's probably just disintegrated, isn't it? Hold on, show me that. That shouldn't be left, should it?
It's look.
Nailed.
Touch there, yeah.
It's alright, good thing we adjusted the clutch pedal.
So yeah, that's that.
So now we've sorted why it wasn't going to gear. We think we've sorted why it overheated because of the crud.
Wow.
The line is crud. But we're going to do the egg gasket anyway, aren't we?
Minging that, isn't it? That is thick with proper gunk. Basically, this pipe here is known as the pipe from hell, is it?
Apparently.
So that sits directly behind the turbo and cat and everything all going on this engine. And that is a common fault on this engine for blocking and causing them problems with overheating and all that malarkey. And you can change it, but they call it the pipe from hell for a reason, because it's a nightmare to get to. So I've ordered a new one of them, water's just come gushing out. I don't think that's blocked, but as I've took that off from, remember we had a blockage in here in the water pump. That comes off the bottom of the water pump, and you probably can't see it on that camera, but that is thick with crud.
Looks like earwax.
I think it is. So that is blocked up, so that ain't working, so we're going to have to clean that out. But it's looking like with this engine we need to clean all the waterways out. It's fully, I'm going to take that rad off because I guarantee that's blocked up on the car as well. We may buy a new rad, we get it removed, and we may backwash it through, see what we can do. But we might probably end up buying a new radiator. It would make sense. But the other thing is, that's an easier job to do, I think, if in doubt on the car. Do you know what, you know what I'm saying? If we find out later down the road that is blocked, it ain't too hard to do. But all this sort of stuff is hard to do. So when this is all done, it's another headache sorted, I'd say, wouldn't you, Jack?
It's looking
Peace
more
of
and more
mind.
likely that it wasn't a head gasket that had gone, really.
Well, we don't know yet. It could, all these blockages can then cause a head gasket to go, because obviously the water isn't flowing round, it overheats in the cylinder head, causing the head to warp, and then the head gasket goes. Do you understand what I mean?
So
These
one could have
things
led
can
to the
give
other.
symptoms of head gasket, because obviously waterway's blocked, it's not travelling round. It could be the head gasket is okay, but we've got the uprated head gasket. So it's a win-win situation at the end of the day.
Yep.
We're not doing anything what isn't going to kind of...
I think going forward as well, whoever ends up owning this in the future, it's peace of mind, isn't
Oh yeah,
it?
this is what I'm saying. Even say if the head gasket isn't gone, it's peace of mind. It's got the uprated gasket on, and all this has all been cleaned and checked. Because even if this had done half the mileage what it has, it's done low mileage anyway, but you're going to have these problems, I think, just over time. Heads off. So gasket is still on the cylinder head, but you can see there's half a gasket all left on here. This all needs clean. See, it will clean up. That all needs cleaning off, sanding off. But you can see
Get the paraffin on it.
Get the paraffin on it. All these waterways. These are waterways here. Some are like where the bolts bolt into the head, and some are oilways to come up to the head. All that's an oilway and a return and that. But these, half of these are all blocked. Like that is proper blocked up, and that there, see it all. It's just all furred up and blocked, but it's like the gasket is kind of furred, which you'll see on the head now. If I roll this onto its back, but see there, all the gasket and all these parts are virtually, see that's fully shut, and there, that cylinder there, whole cylinder is fully, there's no water flowing up into the cylinder head. And I'm going to get, if Dave passes me that scraper now, this is the gasket on here. And if we get this gasket off, because the other thing is it could have rotted out the cylinder head.
I'll hold that.
But the gasket itself, it hasn't, like it wasn't misfiring, so it hasn't burnt through. See these metal rings here? Hasn't burnt through, but as you flip that up, see that's all the waterway there, and that's fully blocked. See how big the waterway is?
Rusty, look.
Yeah, it's all
like rust. Build up a rust.
But the new gasket, see that head all clean, all off. It's just part of the gasket, all on that. See that's all the waterway
That'll
there.
all, yeah, but
see
that'll
that
all
there?
get clean though, won't it, when it goes off?
Yeah, this will be all cleaned
Look
up
at
and
it.
skinned
Yeah,
up.
look.
It's just that. But the new gasket, if I grab that,
It's like it's mounted on itself.
The gasket what Dave's holding is the original gasket, which has got metal rings in, and then it's like a kind of composite material, like a, not like a paper, but you know what I mean, like a gasket material, where this is a multi-layer metal gasket. So it's got multiple layers. I don't know if you can see that through the plastic there. See, it's got like 3 layers of metal.
It's hard to see there,
But that is like a modern day gasket, which is a lot better than that, because obviously you get things like that happening, and this is a weak point on this engine. So putting this new modern head gasket on is going to sort all them. If we hadn't have done this, we would 100% still had the same problem. So whatever we've done, I know we've got this engine in 1 billion pieces.
Well, let's not go over the top yet, shall we? It's
Well,
probably
yeah,
about
billion
100 pieces.
100 million pieces then.
Do you know 100 million's a
It's
billion?
all worth
Did you know
it.
that?
What?
100 million's a billion. You do know that, don't you?
No, it's not billions, billion.
No, man, just carry on.
Anyway, I ain't got that sort of money, so it don't matter.
Do you want to explain that was a joke?
Yeah, it was a joke.
Because you might have people.
Because
coming for you.
999
Sorry.
million.
1,000 million is a billion.
Sorry.
Is that what it is?
Haha.
Yeah.
Laugh.
What?
That's your joke, Dave.
Come on then.
Everyone's bored your joke. Anyway, so we've got to now clean all this up again with a jet wash. Clean the cylinder head. We have got an engine stand, which we're going to get this on. I've got to get a puller on the bottom pulley to remove that, to then remove the plastic, to get all the cam out off, get this water pump off, clean all the block up, get it painted all up, and then we can start the process. Get that head skimmed, and then start the process of building everything back up. We need to jet wash this gear, but I mean, it's inside here. There's obviously been an oil leak in there. Hopefully, it isn't the gearbox oil. I don't think it is, but we'll change the rear crank seal at the back of this, just to, you know. Is it
Spruce it all up.
Is it dot the I's?
Got the I's and cross the T's.
That's it. I can't
You
write.
wouldn't know, would you?
I wouldn't know, because I can't write or read. Read or write. Can't write or read.
But you know how to, you know when something's spelt wrong though, don't you?
Yeah. That's one of them, isn't it? So, I think that's it, isn't it?
For this
guys?
week, I think we're done.
Like, follow, share and subscribe.
And it Jack in that.
Hit the bell, tell your mates and buy the merch.